Welcome back to another new episode of the Wolves of Naptown podcast. Let me go ahead and fade this out here so we can go ahead and get started. Hold on. All right. Yes. Everyone out there in Indianapolis, Indiana, also known as Naptown, welcome back to the Wolves of Naptown podcast. We are going through our Wolves of Naptown Awards of 2025. Let's go ahead and let's clap this back up. Let's clap it up. All right. Right next to me is the one and only Madam Boss Lady.
Only me. Hey, everybody.
Madam Boss Lady in the house. How are you doing this episode, Madam Boss Lady?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Good. You know, I hope the Colts are winning right now as we record this. You know, even though we're out of the playoffs, I still hope they're winning.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'll let you hope.
And I am the one, Starship West, the Kingmaker himself. I'm here today. All right. And you know what it is. You know, this show is for people who already know who we are, our fans of the Wolves of Naptown. Also for the guests that have been on the Wolves of Naptown, and for those who may see themselves as future guests on the Wolves of Naptown. So I'm not going to get all into it. You should know who we are. We are a hypothetical podcast, right? So we go ahead and we talk about hypothetical situations. We give our opinions, and we go ahead and we talk about what we would do. What would we do?
Okay.
Excuse me. You know, if we were put in that scenario. So that's what it is. You know, we were given some type of an award from some place that was over there just looking for new podcasts. I think it was one of those places like, hey, we think you're great. Pay us and we'll go ahead and do extra stuff for you. You know, those type of deals.
Exactly.
But that's where I got the whole hypothetical. I was like, I never knew that. I kept saying, what would you do? What would you do? But actually, that is good. You know, so one of these websites out there has got the Wolves of Naptown as the top hypothetical podcast of 2025. So let's go ahead and clap it up for that. I'm not going to tell you who they are because I'm not sure how legit they are. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? All the recognition helps. All right. So what we want to do today is we want to go ahead and wrap up our Wolves of Naptown Awards of 2025. Oh my goodness. Boss Lady, I want to go ahead and talk with you just real quick. Just from what you can remember, do you have any like highlights? Is anything that comes to your mind about this past year of doing this podcast?
Yeah, the highlights. I guess I could say that we had a lot of really good guests. Mm-hmm. And, you know, some stood out more than others, but I really wanted to highlight the fact that we really got a good selection of guests.
We do.
So, yeah, that was amazing all by itself.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's in the city of Indianapolis, and also, you know, those that came from South Bend, Michigan City, from Gary, from Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, you know, these other cities, even cities that are outside of this state, you know, to come in and be a part of this podcast or to contribute to this podcast.
Definitely appreciate that.
You know, I would say probably, I know y'all love that 99%, but I would say probably 99% of the people that we've had here on this show have just been just great. You know, just want to go ahead and just clap it up one more time. Right. As far as what I think is probably like some of the highlights from what I can remember, honestly, I remember some of the reels that we were using as advertisements. You know, that's kind of one of the things that I remember. And we use, as far as our Instagram growth and a lot of our Facebook growth, we use a lot of the, you know, the questions. When it comes to Facebook, we use a lot of the questions. But there were two reels that we used that got us most of our followers outside of guests that have been on the show. Hey, you're smiling. It's like, I
want to know what they are.
I was like, I'm just curious. Like, is that smile because you know what it is? Or you just like, I wonder what the hell Wes is going to say.
I'm curious.
All right. So one of the reels I want to go ahead and highlight is a reel by one of the people that interviewed us, Mr. Darnell Marquise. Mm-hmm. And he had some words to say about Naptown. And at the beginning of the year, I was really just kind of on a mode of like, hey, you know, you tell me, are there more saints or more snakes in the city of Naptown? But, when I posed a question to Mr. Marquise, he had some very interesting things to say that were more along the lines of, you can make whatever you want to make here in Indianapolis. If you have a desire to be a bum, then you can be the best bum out there. But if you desire to have motion and make something of yourself, you can go ahead and do that. Right. I'm gonna go ahead and play that reel here, just right here real quick, so you guys can understand what I'm talking about here. This is Darnell Marquise on the Wolves of Naptown.
Yo, listen, I'm telling you something about Indianapolis. You can be what you want to be here. If you want to be a lazy bum, you can be the best bum ever. If you want to,
there's plenty of them, and they support them.
If you want to run the streets, unfortunately, people get active out here. If you want to pursue something positive, that's also available too. So I look at somebody in any predicament and be like, okay, you want to be there because here in Nap, you could do pretty much what you want to do.
Right. It's always a choice, right? So you can always make a choice to do what you want to do what you need to do. You compare the people, or at least the vibe of the people, from your experience in Toronto to now being here in Indianapolis.
So I'm very, very grateful I grew up in Toronto because of how diverse it is, right? Like I was exposed to a lot of different cultures. Toronto prepared me for the diversity of the world. As far as Nap is concerned, like, I'm American, so these are my people, right? As opposed to, I'm not Canadian. So Nap is more of my people, but it's like, there are conversations I can't have with folks here in Indianapolis because they're not privy to things that go on outside of the city. You know what I'm saying? So I value both for different reasons.
Okay.
This, like, I'm not gonna live anywhere else. Like, I plan on, living the rest of my days in Indianapolis. So I like it enough to stay here. My son was born here, you know what I mean? And the community supported me. I don't want to go nowhere. Like, I'm getting love, you know what I mean? I'm getting support.
I want to go ahead and just clap it up one more time here for Darnell. Thank you for those words of encouragement, and yeah, we got a lot of followers off of that. That was just kind of like, if you wanted a positive, view of Naptown, or if you just have that positive view of Naptown, then that was a reel that you liked. I will say, please listen to the entire reel. There were some people that wanted to have a whole novel long, argument with me. They listened to the very first part where Darnell is like, hey, if you want to be a bum, you can be the best bum here. And then trying to say, why are you talking about the homeless? Why are you talking about the homeless? It's so bad of you to be talking about the homeless. And I had to read him as right. So you only listened to the first 5 seconds of that reel, right? Okay. So listen to the entire reel. We mentioned nothing at all about homelessness. This is a reel about, if you want to put in the work, you can make it happen in Naptown. Did I get an apology? Did they? No, all they did was just delete. They just deleted their little thing, and then they just moved on. But there it is. But here's a reel that you probably could have had some nasty things to say about it. Now, this is a reel from episode 51. This is what you want for them pardons be. And this is one of my most epic rants, right? This is it's called In a City Like Naptown. I got the full context of that rant on YouTube, and there's a post that's pinned on Instagram and I believe on Facebook. But it's essentially, at the beginning of 2025, I just about had it with all of y'all MFers. Really? Had it with all of y'all, man. People, friends, family, acquaintances, like all of y'all, man. We're just done with all of y'all. And that's why I said that, hey, 99.999% of people in Naptown are shady ass. There you go. You know what I mean? And honestly, there's a lot that still is happening all throughout the year of 2025 and even the first few days of 2026, where that can still be true for many people. Let's go ahead. Let's take a listen to this reel and you can see what I'm talking about. In a city like Naptown, where literally 99.999% of is shady as
Okay.
For real. It's just like, you cut off all the shady people. Who you gonna talk
by
to?
yourself.
You're not gonna be able to drive nowhere. You ain't gonna be able to get no Uber. You ain't gonna be able to eat nowhere. You ain't gonna be able to pay. I mean, you got to deal with them. You gotta become a snake charmer out here. You gotta become a snake charmer out here and learn how to deal with them without. When you're dealing with a snake, just make sure that no matter what form that snake comes in, a snake can shed its skin multiple times, and guess what? It's still going to be a snake. It's still going to be a snake. And when you're living in a city full of snakes, you damn near gotta be a snake charmer. And what I mean by that is that you got to understand what you're dealing with in every aspect. That snake charmer knows that snake has the ability to bite them, but they go ahead and they still work together. They still getting money because that snake charmer knows I gotta grab this by the neck and put my thumb on his head so he doesn't move around and just know that I see you. I'm gonna clap it up for myself because I was spitting those facts. I was spitting those facts. Now sometimes, Tiara, when I look at that reel, you were just kind of like, "Hey, man, you just in it. You just in the hole in this one. Like I don't know what's going on." You know, I don't know if you remember me saying all that stuff, man. But when I was up here talking about how snakish Naptown is, what was your mindset? Were you be like, "Man, dude, like why are you going so?" Like,
well,
what's up?
It was your perspective, but do you know all of Naptown?
Shoot, no, just 99% of it.
No, you don't know 99% of the people.
Oh,
but you
my
was
goodness.
So, okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So those are those last two reels that we played. I mean, we've got the majority of our followers, people that actually follow us, rather than just follow the guests that we have on our show. So we definitely want to go ahead and just clap it up and thank you. Whether you followed us because you were positive about Naptown or you followed us because you were negative about Naptown, you are following the right show for Naptown. Absolutely. So definitely want to go ahead and clap it up for that. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go in through some of our first awards here. Now, we are a Scorpio show. I'm a Scorpio. The boss lady is a Scorpio. Clap it up for all Scorpios all over the world here, right? Now, if you were on our show, you did not tell us that you were a Scorpio. We didn't get that vibe. I need you to kind of just work on your Scorpio vibe energy so that we know, and then holler back at us and we'll go ahead and we'll put you into our Scorpio wing here. But we want to go ahead, just because we're Scorpios, we want to recognize the Scorpios that came on the show, chopped it up with us and did their thing. Our Scorpio season awards, they go out to AIB Ran and Jeremiah the Prophet.
Let's go.
Hey. Now, I remember this young man, Jeremiah the Prophet, because he was just on our show just a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what was your impression of Jeremiah?
Now, this dude I thought it was amazing. I loved his music. Pretty inspirational. Like, he has a lot of, but it's not hard, it's energy. He's got a lot of good energy.
I feel that. And, I know this man is about business. I didn't know he was a Scorpio until he came in the show and he just let us know that his project, Guernica, which was released on November the 8th, which makes him an official November Scorpio at that. We're sitting up here like, oh, you're a Scorpio. And I can see that because even at this young age, he is about business. He was serious. He's to the point. But yet somehow able to just kind of be calm and just chill and just this is how we do. Okay. I felt the vibe and I was like, there's something about this man that just I can vibe with this young man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just I hate to be like, oh, it's just because he's a Scorpio, but honestly, I kind of find that it's like you either love us or you hate us. Absolutely. That's just kind of what it is. Now AIB Ran. Now, hey, I'll put it like this. AIB Ran I give him credit for being the person to put the fire under my behind, to go ahead and get all these videos out on YouTube. AIB Ran was like every few weeks, hey man, I'm trying to see when that video is out, man. Hey man, I'm trying to see when that video is out. And I just want to let people know when the video is going to come out. The clips weren't enough because we already had the clips out there. The audio episode was out there, but nah, man, I'm trying to make sure I had the video. It had the point to I just didn't want to respond to him because the thing about being a Scorpio is just we can be lie detectors sometimes. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go out there and say, I know exactly when you're lying, but I know when something you said just doesn't hit right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I don't know if I buy that. I don't have the proof, but something don't hit right. I never get that vibe from AIB Rand, and I didn't want him to get that vibe from us. So I just like, look, man, I ain't saying nothing until I can say the video is out. And I told him that too, man. You can check the DMs. I was like, look, hey, the video is out, because I've been saying delays and delays. I'm like, dude, we're Scorpios. I didn't want to say another thing until I could come on here and be like, it's out.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
It.
And you appreciate that. You appreciate that. Went it there, and I can see that, they was watching it because the views immediately went up on that. You know what I mean? But I mean, that dude, man, I've seen AIB Rand out and about, you know what I'm saying?
He's a cool cat.
Hey, definitely a cool brother, man. I mean, clap it up for him, man. He's about his business, you know what I'm saying? He can be serious, man, but it's those Scorpio vibes, man. So AIB Rand, Jeremiah the Prophet, you know what I'm saying? You got our Scorpio awards, you know what I'm saying, with us. So that means, hey, just holler at us, you know what I'm saying? Scorpio to Scorpio,
just
you know
like
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hey, and it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All right. So, Boss, I'm going to bring it over to you to go ahead and talk about our next award. We're going to be talking about Song of the Year. Now this is one of those songs that you nominated this one, and I co-signed to it because I'm just like, hey, you that strong with this? I'm with you as well. All right. And so our Song of the Year is going to be Jeremiah the Prophet's Naptown, They Ain't Like Us.
Okay.
Now, Jeremiah, normally I would play this song, but your distribution got something to where we ain't trying to get no more copyright strikes. So, hey, go ahead. It's available on all streaming platforms. The album is called Guernica. It's Jeremiah the Prophet, Naptown, They Ain't Like Us. Boss Lady, tell us, why ain't they like us, man? Why did you like this song?
So I was blown away at the fact that this dude that was sitting before us actually had this type of music. Like, to me, I thought it was top tier. The music, it was great beats, great lyrics. It was, oh man, it ate heavily.
And I remember you was talking about it. Seemed like he had kind of like an older style rap
Absolutely.
style.
That's
For him to
what he
be
used to.
just really 19, 20 years old, you know what I'm saying, to be that young.
Absolutely. I mean, I heard that album, the song that he played, I just was in love instantly.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, we played it again this morning. It was instantly, it was just like right in the mood. It's
Right
like,
back where we
I
were.
like that. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? That come on the radio. Boss Lady's turning that up.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it up, hit repeat. How do you get it to repeat? Yes, it is nice.
There you go. So like I said, normally I would play it right here, but hey, you got good distribution, brother, because we're not trying to get no strikes. So hey, make sure you go ahead and you check that out here. Jeremiah the Prophet, Naptown, They Ain't Like Us.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's get into some Wolves of Naptown here, man, before we start talking about our next awards here. Let's get into our Wolves of Naptown. Now, Boss Lady, I know you don't have your glasses on, so if you don't mind, pick a question and I'll read it. All right?
Okay, great. Let's do it like that. You want to do it like that?
I know, hey, y'all be in my inbox saying, why don't the Boss Lady read anything?
Ain't
I'm
nobody
like,
said that in his damn inbox.
Hey, I'm about to
He's
show
lying.
you that they're not saying
He's
that.
lying.
I'm trying to get her. I'm going to make these so big
You can
that
do
she
that.
can read that
You
without
can
her
do that.
glasses.
You can do
know
that,
what I
and I'm
mean?
going to explain to you what happens.
Oh my goodness. Oh my! I think we actually did this one before. We can do it again because it's us.
You sure?
Here, you said, did we do this before? You don't have to read it. Just read it and just see if do you remember that question.
Yeah, we did this one before.
Okay.
Do you
All right.
Before? Yeah.
Give me that. We need to get some new questions. We'll get that for the next episodes. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. Go ahead, pick another
Or just toss it.
one. Pick another one.
What you got?
Right. I don't know.
You
I
have
guess
a drum roll
I
in
have
there
to read
somewhere.
it
Go ahead.
with my sunglasses
Because even
on.
if you didn't read it, you're going to read it again. So, go ahead.
Ooh, I think we might have did this one too. I think, man, I don't know. I may have just put like a bunch of doubles in here or something. Yeah, but we're going to do it anyway. All right. You witness your best friend commit a serious crime to protect their children. Would you report it, help cover it up, or confront them privately? I'm going to read it again. You witness your best friend commit a serious crime to protect their child. Would you report it, help cover it up, or confront them privately? That's why I first started reading this thinking this is another one we did before, but we clearly haven't done this one before. And I like this. Now, I have no children, but I guess that doesn't necessarily mean anything because this is about my best friend and their child. So I don't know, Boss Lady, what do you think about that?
If my best friend committed a serious crime to cover up,
to protect their child,
would I confront them?
Right. Would you report it to the police? Would you help them cover it up? Or would you confront them about what they did?
I'm going to confront them. I'm not going to call the police unless it has to do with me directly, which is my best friend. It won't.
No snitching. No snitching.
I don't have nothing to say. And I'm not going to report it just because, again, I might confront him. And say, okay, what just went on? Because quietly, I should just be out of it. That way I don't have nothing to do with it. But yeah, if it was me and I knew about it or whatever, I would confront him. I don't know about anything else. Like, my loyalty is going to be to my friend.
My thing is this, and I like that answer, because it says I'm witnessing my best friend commit a serious crime. So I don't know what I know before I witness what I saw. But if I can put two and two together and say that person had to do this to protect their child, I'm not going to report it. I'm not going to report it. I'm going to be like, hey, man, I wasn't here. So that way nobody's coming to me and I don't have to say nothing. So, hey, I wasn't here.
I ain't in it.
Now, it all depends, because if this is my best friend, I probably have a vested interest in their child. You know what I mean? Whether, I'm helping taking care of it. I'm thinking this is my best friend. I'm pretty sure I have some type of, friendship, like, hey, come over here, play some video games, or hey, you want something, that type, so I have affinity towards this child because it's my best friend. So, man, covering it up, it's like, it depends what I'm covering up.
Yeah.
What am I covering up?
I have to know. I'd have to know the details on that. But for the most part, even on the worst and the best case scenario, I'm going to definitely confront or have a discussion with my best friend. But the rest of that, I'm not reporting it. I'm not doing all that. No.
It all depends on what the crime they did as far as whether I would confront them. Because if you're taking somebody out, it was like, dude, did you have to do that? Because now, look at you. If you get caught, that child that you have is going to be without you for however long. And could potentially be without me, depending on how much mess I'm in by watching.
What do you know?
You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna back away quietly. If you know what you're doing, mind your business. I'm over here. I'm gonna scoot on over to the left where you don't see me. So I wasn't there. You didn't see me there. Did nothing happen. I don't know. I'm just
now helping cover it up is something crazy.
I ain't gonna be able to do
That's
that.
Crazy. So there's something out here now. You probably not aware of this, but there is an artist out here by the name of David. And you've heard about that?
Yeah, that's the case where the lady was in his trunk.
Yep, exactly. So clearly somebody probably helped somebody cover up a crime. Now, it's all allegedly. We don't know who's involved and who and what. But if you read up on that story, essentially that woman's body was frozen and disfigured. So we don't know what happened first, but then it was put into the back of like a Tesla. And I guess they found it after it started to thaw out and the smell of decomposition. And so now, this dude is indicted. We're about to probably have a trial to find out exactly what happened. You know what I mean? But it's stuff like that. It's like, that's someone who try to help cover it up. And in 2026, there's nothing you can hide. There's a camera everywhere.
Absolutely.
Your phone, like, man, the scariest thing, and I still use GPS to come here because I try to, avoid road closures. It's got my car now as the icon. When I look at GPS, it's my car, the color of my car and everything. It shows my car as an icon. It used to be like a little triangle or something. Now it's my car. And it's like, how does Google Maps know what my car is? Because it's probably looking at my car driving.
Absolutely.
Following me. It's like, it's to the point, it's like, oh. And I wonder if I change the color of my car, will the icon change too?
Interesting.
I don't know that yet. Maybe when I get a new car, I'll find out. But, I'll just say all that. It's just like, you can't hide anywhere. You're constantly being tracked. Your phone, if you go and commit a murder someplace, they can find out where you went with your phone. They can find out who you were talking to. It doesn't even matter what apps are using wink wink signal. You know, it doesn't matter. They can still find it.
Yeah, because it's
they can still find
somewhere.
it. Yeah. Go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to, subpoena the telecom company that you're with. Yeah, we'll find those text messages you thought was disappearing. No, we'll find them. You can't hide none of this stuff over. So help covering it up. You gotta be on some Breaking Bad type of stuff, man. Putting somebody in some dissolvent or something, man. Just completely. Other than that, you ain't covering nothing up. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna report you. You're my best friend, and what you did was to try and protect your child. I think we need to go over what the game plan is. What you're gonna say when the inevitability, when the police come knocking on your door. What are you gonna say? You know what I mean? What do I have to say? As a potential witness, what do I have to say? So I can make sure we're on the same page.
Well, I just don't want no parts of it. So whatever you doing, commit your crime without me around, because I'm not going to be a part of it. Period.
So is there like a fourth option? Like we're not doing none of the three. We're just going to back away and be like, hey, I saw nothing.
Well,
I saw nothing.
That could be a fourth option, because I was kind of putting that with the confrontation. Like, wait, what are you doing? And then back away. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to, especially knowing it's a crime. I don't even do stuff like that.
What's that? Was that Bird Box with it when they had the, you know what I'm saying? Was it Sandra Bullock or something had like the mask and stuff on, and like you couldn't see anything, or else you're gonna be hypnotized or something. It was some stuff like that.
Ooh, I don't watch movies, so
you don't watch movies.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a movie is long time ago. It's a very popular movie. I think it was called Bird Box. Like I said, it was something where it was a apocalyptic end of the world type of deal.
I wouldn't have watched that.
Something that happened to where if if you look at something, I don't know if it's birds or something, and you become hypnotized, and then you just lose all sense of self.
Wow.
Or whatever.
Yeah, so I've never seen that. Her
and her child had to damn near cross a swamp full of dangerous everything, and they had to do it blindfolded. Because if they saw whatever they saw, they would be hypnotized, and then it would just be over. It was wild, yeah. It was very, very wild. Like they had to listen their way, and it was just crazy. But a lot of people go through life when we come out here and we do this great show, and we put it on the internet, and people just treat us just like that. Man, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, you know what I'm saying? Especially people in my own family. I'll be petty real quick. People in my own family, like they'll see me post something, you know what I'm saying? Like where it seems like I'm saying something bad about somebody in the family. They'll see that. They'll see something like a dinner plate, but they won't see none of the thousands of posts that I post about the podcast. They just be like this. They'll ask me about it once I'm, in their face. Hey, what's going on with the podcast? What is going on with it? By this point, you should see it now.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I definitely, people who know me, if they say something about the podcast, I'm going to check it out. But I talk a lot about my family members on the podcast. And it's mostly knowing that they're not going to look at it. So, yeah.
I'll put to you like this, Tiara, because sometimes I have that same thing like, hey, man, I would say what I want because I know they ain't going to listen to it. Now I kind of feel a little bit different because I feel like they may not listen to it right then and there, but at some point they may go listen to it. And they may be like, oh, okay, damn, he was talking about me. Hey, I'll put this in right here. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap it up. Hey, I'm leaving a lot of stuff in 2025. In 2025. And I'm not even saying this to be petty. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had beefs, unresolved stuff, like I'm just leaving that in 2025, man. I just want to bring 2026 in on elevation. You know what I'm saying? I want by the end of this year for us to be doing this show live on a YouTube stream, answering super chats as they come in.
Okay.
Super chats when they give us the money. They send us money to ask us a question. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I want to be doing that. And we are going to be going live on YouTube soon. We got the requirements. We just need the logistics and, everything set up. It's going to look a little bit better. We're going to do a lot of different things. Just keep watching us. You know what I mean? Damn, where was I going with that? I used to be talking a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, I was definitely.
Yeah, you had blinders on in the movie.
Yeah, blinders off. Anyway, just back to this question here real quick, man. Yeah, definitely not reporting it. I probably would have to confront them based on what I see And as far as help covering up, it all depends on what the potential liability that I have. Like if you murdered somebody, man, that's going to be a tough one. And that's going to be a tough one because, shoot, once they find out I had something involved in that, guess what? I get to go sit right beside you for the next 2 decades.
Yeah, my friend better not never implicate me at all whatsoever. Mm-hmm. If you know you're about to do a crime, please do not implicate me.
Right.
You might be mad.
And if you're the implicating type of person, I'm definitely not helping.
For sure, because this is
I already know exactly what you on, man. Lord. You better hope I do that. Hey, I don't see anything. Anyway, let's clap it up for that, man. Let's clap it up, man. So before we get into one of our next awards, I want to go ahead and want to talk about our first inductions into the Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame. Now, we're calling it the Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame right now. I'll be honest with you. It may be something different. I've been playing around with like the Den of Honor or just, who knows, maybe just do the whole wolf thing in it. But let's just call it the Hall of Fame right now. All right. And so what we want to do, because our show is about promoting people in Naptown to have motion, right? We're going to promote people that are trying to make it, like we're trying to make it, right? Mm-hmm. But we also have some people that have made it, right? They have already been there. They have done the damn thing. And they're either still out here working or they can be an inspiration to all of us trying to make it and try to do our thing, right? And so in 2025, we've had some very esteemed, people from Naptown, some of the best in the music field that were gracious enough to give us their time and be on our show and tell us their story. So our first inductees, and we're going to call this kind of like the OG inductees into our Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame. We're going to be inducting multi-platinum producer Devin Golder. Go ahead and clap it up for him. Multi-platinum super producer Billy Bad. And we're also going to be inducting David, Monte, and Izzy from the legendary Indianapolis R&B group A Few Good Men, or AFGM. I want to say to every last one of you, hey, thank you for giving us your time, for giving us your energy. All of y'all were just came in here and great. Y'all weren't so big that, you saw this show and were just like, whatever. Like, we hope that we were able to show you the respect that you deserve. And thank you for bringing the energy, for bringing the lively. All those interviews were good. All those interviews brought great insight in whether it was talking about music production, talking about your start in music, or talking about your worth or your contributions to Indianapolis, Indiana. So definitely thank you, all three of y'all. Well, I guess it's 5 of y'all, but the entities, right? A Few Good Men, Billy Bad, and Devin Golder. Once again, you guys are going to be in our Hall of Fame, and we got something special for you, and either, hey, come back on the show or we'll reach out to y'all, and go ahead and get that squared away. But definitely thank you. You are our first inductees, our OG inductees into our Hall of Fame. Boss, how you feel about that?
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, man, like A Few Good Men, like there was an opportunity for us to have them much sooner on our podcast, but I raised my hand. I wasn't ready. And I told the boss lady was like, man, what the hell? You should have brought them in. Like, what you doing?
It's all good.
So thank you for,
being patient
with us, or being patient with me, because I'm just like, man, we ain't had no guest on before. I'm like, what you want to be on this podcast? I can't even get my family to watch. Like, why you want to be on this? But now I have a new family, the Wolves of Naptown family, Indianapolis, Indiana, and everybody in the state of Indiana. We just gonna keep clapping, right? All right. So I want to go ahead and let's talk about our next award here. And our next award is going to be our Business Professional of 2025. Our Business Professional of 2025. And you know what? We got 2. We got two because we can't choose. And actually, we got one business professional who is a gentleman and another business professional who is a lady. And I want to go ahead. I don't know which one you want to go and talk about, man. You want to talk about our male winner or our female winner of our business professional?
You can actually pick, but just the honorable mention to all the other people who it was a deep dive trying to figure out who should be, on this list. So a lot of you guys are really out there doing it.
Right. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one. One. And so one of our business professionals of 2025, we are going to put in Nikki Reddick. Our business professionals. She was very, very prepared for the interview. She came in and just like, boom, asked a question, professional answer. Asked this question, professional answer. Had all of her ducks in a row. I was probably one of the easiest and most free-flowing interviews that I've had from a business professional on the show. Everybody was great, but I think Nikki really came in and just hit the ball out of the park. And she's got a lot of, supporters out there as well that watch the show too. So, I mean, definitely, does a lot of things, much like yourself, boss lady, a lot of things. And I find a lot of women in Indianapolis, Indiana wearing many, many, many hats, but that is one of our business professionals here of 2025. Boss lady, would you like to talk about our other business professional?
Who's that?
All right, that's going to be... All right, I'll go ahead. Our other business professional is going to be Christian Hines, right? Christian Hines. That is LMT, or licensed massage therapist, Christian Hines. Now, you nominated Christian. You said, hey, we should put Christian in there. Like, why would you say that Christian should be in there?
Because he was actually very professional, and he was trying to bring a different aspect of massage to the community. Like he was doing his massages a lot different than other people do theirs. He's kind of bringing it in a little bit different. So I thought that was a really good look, and the fact that he is professional as he's speaking on it and what he does, it was really good.
Right. I think the thing I remember about his interview is that he was really prepared to have the conversation.
Absolutely.
He was prepared to have a conversation, and he also gave me a lot of information to have questions for him to go ahead and set up and serve up the stuff that he wanted to talk about.
Yeah, this was his main job, not his side hustle type thing. You know what I'm saying? He looked at it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that definitely is his main job.
Yeah.
He has his own company, Perspective Touch. And definitely, he has a Instagram and a Facebook page, Perspective Touch. Go ahead, check out his information. I believe he's got something special for veterans now, for veterans that need that type of care. And I believe he also freelances at some of these other locations as well. So definitely check him out, Perspective Touch or Christian Hines. You want to check them out for all of your licensed massage therapy needs. So those were our two business professionals of 2025. Christian Hines and Nikki Reddick. Let's just go ahead and let's clap it up. All right. So we talked a lot. I think it's time for us to take a little break and let's be petty.
You like that, don't you?
we got to be petty every show. It's a segment of the show, Tia.
I know.
It's a segment of the show. Now, I really don't have much to be petty about. I think I got it all out, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, full transparency. Obviously, you're not... You may be seeing a new episode, but this is the same day for us. So that last episode, that was my petty. You know what I mean? So I'm asking the boss lady, is there anything that you want to be petty about?
Let me see. Let me see. No, not really.
Not really? Oh my goodness. So the pettiness is that we're not going to have anything to be petty about.
Okay, I can get petty. Let me see.
I mean, don't force it.
No, it's not a force. I'm trying to think if I could, because, I'm pretty petty anyway. So let's bring this up. Okay, so I own a salon and I do hair.
One of the best.
Which, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and if you go to get your hair done or you own a salon or you're a hairstylist, you know that we do deposits. Okay.
Talk about it.
So for some strange reason that I truly don't understand, because some people take your deposit and then you still owe the full bill Okay.
Yeah.
So if your bill is $100, your deposit is to book with that person, not to go toward your service. And I don't have nothing to do with that. Mine are going toward the service. So if you have to just book with that person just to, make a deposit or whatever.
So hold on, just stop right there. So there's a lot of people that you're paying a deposit just to get in.
Just to get in.
And that deposit has nothing to do with the
Nothing to
service.
do with it.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but for me, I deduct mine.
Okay.
So there are people who, and the deposit is basically to say, so say for instance, you're getting, maybe a quick weave. Let's say a quick weave, and the deposit, I'm going to make sure that I have the glue. I'll take that and go get the glue, whatever. Make sure that you have what you need when you get here, and so forth and so on. This is the deposit that you're going to come on time, whatever, People, I've had a person come in. I've never done their hair before, and essentially I never did their hair. So the lady comes in and she's like, she's about 35 minutes late. And her husband is dropping her off, or her boyfriend or whatever. And she goes, I said, well, you understand that this deposit, you blew your deposit because you're late and I'm going to fit you in. You're being fit in right now. And she was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, your deposit. She's like, I didn't know that the deposit goes toward me being late or being on time. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, what did you think the deposit is for? So I asked her, and she was like, well, I just didn't know that that's what it was for. And I said, well, that's what it's for. It's for you to be here on time, to keep my schedule and to keep yours. And she was like, oh, okay. And I said, so now that you haven't, fulfilled your requirements or whatever, your deposit has been ate up because you're not, I no longer have to do your hair because you've already exceeded, which I have a 15-minute window, from the time that if you were supposed to be here at 11, I'll give you to 11:15. After that, our agreement is over. So your deposit is gone. Now, I don't know why, because it took me forever to even implement deposits. I don't know why somebody else doesn't know that, but she actually was like, oh no, her 35 minutes of being late, she still wants me to do her hair and to deduct the deposit. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. I mean, you can still get your hair done, but you owe the whole amount. She says, well, I'm just not going to get my hair done. And I said, sounds good to me. So she called her husband. Husband came, picked her up, whatever, Well, she actually said, well, the Haitians don't do that. And I was like,
not Haitian. What does that even mean?
Yeah, because I think she was Haitian. I think so.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, why don't you go? Now that's petty. And I was like, well, why did you even choose me if the Haitians don't do that?
So you didn't go to the Haitians? Why didn't you go to the Haitians?
Yeah, I thought that was really strange. So I said, well, I'm not quite sure why they do or don't do what they do or don't do. But over here, these are the rules. Like, I had to let her know, and she was like, well, I'm not to pay to get further going with this appointment. So good. She called her people. I called, everything was good. So for me, I thought, why in 2025 at the time wouldn't you know that this is what deposits are for?
Now, did she book it on the website?
She booked it on the website.
All right. So she should, it does clearly say that this is a deposit. I can't remember if it details what the deposit is for, but it is a deposit, and it does look like, the way it's set up that it's towards services.
Right.
So
I wouldn't deny that. It's just the fact that you just thought you can waltz in almost an hour late and just be like, oh, okay, cool. So what did you think it was covering? The time that you're supposed to be here on time or whatever? When it's all said and done, I was just like, well, maybe I should spell it out, for the people in the back. Because do you want me to write down a policy? So my whole thing was to not do the policies. Like, you can go on some people's website and the policy list is so long, you just be like, fuck it. I wasn't trying to be that girl, but it looks like that's what y'all like.
Yeah.
If I didn't say it, then you would just assume a loophole or whatever. No, you have to be here on time.
That's what people in Naptown do, man. If you don't have it written, they assume the policy is whatever favors them.
Well, good luck with that. How's your hair looking? Because I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, ask them Haitians to do it, right?
Yeah, she sure said it. She was like, that's not what the Haitians do. Well, you should go back.
See, that's somebody that feels a certain type of way against the American black person. I'm going to keep it real with you.
That's what it sounds like to me.
For her to say that and be like, I would really, okay, well, why aren't they doing your hair? I would have been real petty. That's
what are you doing here?
Why didn't you set up an appointment with them?
Yeah, because they do that. They tired of you too.
They tired. That's people that don't want to tell you. There's a reason why that she came over here. She probably didn't burnt their bridge.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Coming in,
so if they don't do
late
it,
and shit.
They should have told you before. I guess if they canceled your appointment or whatever they did to lead you here, they should have told you. Because I'm telling you, no, that's not how that works.
I feel that.
Yeah, that was 100% like, oh, she's crazy or something. I thought, what did you think it was for? But
I think that's petty on her to even say that. Well, the Haitians, I'll be like, man, get your ass out of here.
I was
talking about, man, go find them. We go find the Haitians. Do they have a number? Do they have an Uber to come get you off my property? They're like, for real. Call them and come and get you. And I'm like, yeah, because hey, this is an American shop. This ain't a Haitian shop.
Yeah, and I don't know what you think this deposit is for, but it's not for that. That's my petty. It really kind of had me going a whole nother way. I was like, okay, so y'all need me to do more typing. Need me to put more notices out. That's what y'all need? Y'all like that? I thought that was petty to put out 1,000 notices, but I see that's what they like. You want to read a lot.
Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, in a city like Naptown where 99, no, I'm not going to do it. But but for real though, I mean, you have to spell it out for people in Naptown. Like, you have to literally, it doesn't matter how old or how mature they are, you have to spell them out. Hey, now that you're here looking at our video, please go to YouTube. Now that you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Now that you hit the subscribe button, let's go ahead and you got to every step, every step of the way. You watch the whole video. Don't just get like all that, man. You got every step.
I did not know.
I would definitely put it on there. Be like, hey, just make sure you understand. And this $25 is your deposit to reserve your appointment with, with Tierra
for the time that you said that you were going to be here.
That's what it is. Should you not arrive after this window of time, your deposit is forfeit. Your deposit is forfeit.
Done so.
You will be considered a walk-in if you continue to come in, and full services will be charged, or however you want to word that.
100%. I'm gonna have to do that, huh?
Hey, you know what I mean? It's what it is. It's what it is. Especially if you're just not showing up. An hour late is too much. And that's just too much. That's too much.
True.
I mean, because Tierra could have been gone. You could have been doing out. The fuck we talking about? I got you 25. I'm out. Like, shoot, you'll find out you're not getting your hair done when you knock on this door and I'm not here. I'll be like, hey, late. You were supposed to be here at 1. It's 3. Like, I'm out. What you talking about? I wasn't waiting on you. Shoot, I got life to live.
You cannot be mad then. You can't be mad then.
Do the Haitians do that? They allow you to come in an hour late?
All night when they feel like it.
When you say, do they have a different, a different way of saying you'll be here at noon? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Anyway, I like that. Let's go ahead. Let's clap that up. All right. So we're going to get into some more of our awards here, but I want to go ahead and unveil another Hall of Fame inductee into the Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame. And the next person I'm going to induct, in my opinion, this person kind of helped start it all for us, right? This person, reached out to us while we were just doing our thing, being the pettiness that you guys love, talking about any and everything. This person reached out and was just like, hey, I would like to be in your podcast. We're in the very first people. And I already turned down a few good men once. I'm like, okay, I can't turn this one down. Let's go ahead and bring this person in, and, she came in, did a good interview with us, and just kind of helped us go through the learning experience of dealing with people that we don't initially know coming in here. And it was pleasant. I mean, it was very, very pleasant. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a rapper, man. They might come in here, with like 25 blunts, saying with the crew, talk about what up, nigga, this, that, the other. Man, couldn't have been farther from the truth. Came in very prepared, had press kit. I had all the information I need to know about this person. So without further ado, before I just keep talking on and on and on, we're going to go ahead and induct Rose Key into the Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Rose Key, Naptown Hall of Fame, right? All right, so I've already said why, I've nominated to put her in here, and it's just like, I just sense a decent person, You know what I'm saying? With Rose, she knows everybody.
Really good energy.
Really knows everybody. It's great energy.
Yeah, she's really, you know, she was a good interview.
And
really
she's been a really big supporter of the Wolves of Naptown. She will go ahead and like and repost stuff that doesn't have nothing to do with her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I like that. I encourage that. You know, it doesn't always have to be stuff about you. You know, that's the bare minimum. You know, if you're really, really, really down with the pack, you know what I'm saying, you would do a little bit more. But hey, I'm just saying. So Rose Key, congratulations. You are inducted into our Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame. And obviously we're going to go ahead. If you don't see a package right now, you know, as I'm editing this, we're going to have a package of goodies for you. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get into our next award winner. And this one is going to be the episode of the year. Episode of the year. Now, you know, we can't choose. We love everything, right? We love everything, right? So we actually have 2 episodes that we want to go ahead and put in for episode of the year. Now, Boss Lady, you want me to go ahead and read this and you want to just talk about it? Is that,
let's do that.
Okay. All right, cool. Bet. All right. So an episode, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that like these episodes are nominated by the Boss Lady, and I agree because I watched them and I'm like, yeah, I agree. These are really good episodes. The first one that we're gonna nominate for episode of the year is going to be Rich Harvest Entertainment, and that's going to be Rich Don't Miss. Rich Harvest Entertainment, and that's episode 63. If you want to go ahead and watch it on YouTube or listen to it on your preferred podcast channel. Now, Boss Lady, why this group? Why this episode? Why did this stick out to you?
So it stuck out to me, the community of these people, because it was men and women, and they came in as a unit. A unit. Mm-hmm. And it was just a really good support of themselves and each other. You know, the community, they did a lot. They really did a lot to you know, further their cause and just be out here just doing stuff. Like they were really, really good as far as community goes and making sure that everybody gets recognition. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So I think we didn't have the entire, you know what I'm saying, Rich Harvest group in here. But it was quite a few.
It was quite a few.
It's quite a few.
Right. And so to me, that group, the reason why I like it is because, you know, again, I'm a hip hop fan. And so I'm used to like super groups, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the Jungle Brothers, you know, I forget exactly what their group is called. It's like the Jungle Brothers, and it was like Queen Latifah and the Tribe Called Quest. I forget exactly. It slips on mind what their group is called, but it was like, they was all part of a collective. You know, you got Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I'm saying? All part of collective, all like each individual artists and groups, but they all come together as a collective, you know, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of that type of deal with them because they're all solo artists, and the people that came on the show, Illy Octane, ESPN Nay, Willis Jackson, T Millie, and Aaron McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? All of them that came in, they had their own personalities, man. They all did their thing as far as participating in the show. I mean, it was really great. I mean, I really enjoyed that episode. I mean, they all had everything. And I'm going to go ahead and say that each one of y'all that were on our show, you know what I'm saying, holler at us. You know, we've got a little bit busy in 2025, but I know there's a few of you that we definitely want to just bring you on in so we can talk to you on your own about your own projects. Exactly. So we'll be reaching out. Now we got 2 episodes of the year. Our next episode of the year, Far East Baby, episode 91. Now I know it's one of our latest episodes, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, that the reels have been going hard. I mean, like, and my man had a lot of really good things to say. It's called Motivate My People. That is this episode. And, you know, we got a lot of things about, like, not only wanting to put out his own projects, but wanting to become a CEO to kind of help more people from his community, other artists, go ahead and navigate what he's already had to navigate, trying to do music here in the city of Indianapolis and just really do music in general. You know, it's really like that. He had a great attitude. He came in there. We talked. I mean, whether we was talking about petty stuff or questions, or we was talking about his music or his visions, like he was on point with everything.
He go hard for himself, for the community. He's got really good music.
Yes.
Very good interview. And
he represented himself well, and the community loves it. You know what I'm saying? They were all behind every time I repost something. He's got some good gems too.
Absolutely.
We talking that. Listen to that reel that he has about support for Indianapolis, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, it's cool if you don't support us, but if you asking for support from us, even though you don't support us, man, what are you doing?
100%.
What are you doing? And that's a lot about, what Far East Baby was about, this episode. He dropped a lot of good gems. So you definitely know.
You gotta love him. Yeah, you gotta love him. He does a really good thing for the community.
Yeah, we gotta have him back on the show. I think he's already reached out. I was like, hey man, I want to be on the show again. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? When the time comes, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't mind having him on the show again.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, hey, definitely congratulations to Rich Harvest Entertainment and Far East Baby. You both had the episodes of the year, Wolves of Naptown 2025. All right. So we're almost done with this, Boss Lady. We're almost through everything. What we got left, for those that are still watching, we got our People's Choice Awards. We got about 2 more people we want to go ahead and put into our Hall of Fame. And then we've got the Guest of the Year that is coming up. Woo, we're almost done. We're almost done with it. Let's go ahead. Let's do a question, though. Let's do a question, man. Because, we're still What Would You Do show. So let's go ahead. Let's do something.
What would you do if I pulled out 2 questions?
That's right. Okay.
Go ahead and read that for me.
It's a red one. So we're going to talk about relationships, I think.
Oh, we still got that. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So this is the secret regret. So this may be just Boss Lady just answering this question right here. So, all right. You married young and often wondered what life would have been like if you waited. You love your partner, but the what if haunts you. Would you share that with them, bury it, or would you act on it? I'm going to read it again. So let's say you married young and you often wondered what life would have been like if you had waited to get married. You love your partner, but the what if haunts you. Would you share this with your partner? Would you bury this deep down within the closets of your mind? Or would you act on it like a lot of women in Naptown would do?
Hey.
Petty.
You know what I mean? Shoot. Hey, for real. I played my disclaimer and over here trying to be petty here. So we're going to cut that down.
So, yeah, I would absolutely.
And although we do not intentionally try to offend,
it didn't say have a discussion. Someone said act on it.
Remember, we are
not.
It
said, would you? No, it does say. It said, would you share it with them?
Okay.
So would you tell them?
So I would tell them, but it sounds like it would be. It wouldn't be a regret for me. It just wouldn't. Mm-hmm. So when I look at relationships and you felt like you might have gotten together a little early, I would not look. Just judging by after I got with my mate, then it goes downhill for everybody I know. This is not a regret. This is 100% not a regret. So I would definitely share it with them that I'm glad I didn't wait for later or whatever. I'm glad I acted when I did, because it's all bad for people out here now.
It is definitely all bad.
It's all bad.
It is all bad. You got so many people out here right now, Tierra, you know what I'm saying, that they're so jaded by their previous relationships. It's like you just can't win. You simply can't win. And just like very, very few people even go out on a limb and even admit that they still do want a man. And I'm talking about women. A lot of them, they're afraid to even admit it. They're just so into their era of just being so independent and by themselves or whatever, and they got the jobs and the income, or they just don't need a man. But deep down, you want one, but you don't need one, and you don't want to put the energy out there like you're in need of a man.
Well, I don't have nothing to do with that, simply because that has never been me. I'm glad I got where I got, when I got, how I got. And anybody who's out here trying to do it on their own, I feel for y'all, because baby, it's much, much better with a mate. To me, that's just my experience, and that was the question for me. I feel like I'm glad every second of the hour of the day that I got who I got with when I did. I would not want to be in this dating scene today. Absolutely not.
I would
not.
Now, I don't want to be in the dating scene either. You know what I'm saying? But it just kind of is what it is. I mean, honestly, my mistake is that, you know, instead of dealing with the women that clearly wanted to be with me, I considered myself a hunter like a lot of other men would. It's like I zeroed in on a woman that I wanted and I just went for it. And it was like, it didn't matter to me, you know, and that's the difference between a lot of men and women. I think women are very analytical a lot of times when it comes to the men that they get with, at least the smart women. And I think a lot of men, they just find somebody that they like and it doesn't matter what situation they're in. It's just like, okay, we'll make it happen. Like if I was a millionaire, I could go in and find something what the kids call like fine shit, right? I could find some fine shit in Burger King and be like, all right, shit, yeah, come on with it. You know what I'm saying? This person has every shot to be, you know, my queen right next to me. Let the situation be reversed, right? Let a millionaire, you know, black woman come in. In fact, let's cut out black woman. This is a millionaire woman, period. Come in there to Burger King and, you know, see something that looks really, really good, but they're working at Burger King. I'm sorry, you can't do it. That's the woman. The woman's gonna be like, unless that woman is just down to just go ahead in the Burger King parking lot, man, and make some music happen. You know what I'm saying? That woman is gonna be like, nope, honey, you work at Burger King. I respect you got a job, but she won't even respect that. But it's kind of like, hey. It's like it's not happening.
You can calm down.
That millionaire woman doesn't need that man's money to do anything like that. But the fact that this man is in Burger King, it don't matter if he's a 9 or a 10 in attractiveness level, it ain't happening.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
No, I don't.
Oh, I believe that. But why don't you believe that?
I don't believe it because I know of people right now who are cuffing a bum. Okay. And they're taking care of everything just to have somebody. And I don't believe that. I really don't.
But there are levels, though. I mean, the person who's cuffing the bum, where are they at in their life?
Well, apparently they up because they taking care of the bum.
Hey, sometimes, man, there's a lot of poor people that take care of other people, and nobody's up.
Okay, you got to be up in order to let somebody. You have a relationship with somebody who is not contributing. They're a bum. And you still in a relationship?
They're a bum. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you have. Who's paying the bills?
There has to be something else.
Okay.
There has to be some other value that person sees.
Okay, is it the looks? Is it just the fact that person wants to be with him?
And there's a lot of other variables. So let me just say, we can't be talking about a woman who is on a scale of 1 to 10, who's that 8, 9, or 10. We're not talking about that woman because I have a hard time believing that 8, 9, or 10 is going to be out here cuffing bums.
Now I'm trying to figure, just in my mind of who I'm thinking of, if they're a 8, a 9, or a 10. But what I will say is that I wonder, how are you cuffing this bum? Like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that that's the true statement. Like you might have that experience with the people you know, but I'm telling you, there's people who I have to really think, what are you doing?
There are, well, you know, we also have the, you know, saying the narcissism and the mental manipulation that goes on. That could be another reason why someone probably doesn't realize that they're cuffing a super bum and they could do better, you know what I'm saying, on any day. You know, that bum may have some of those, that words, that gift of gab that got that woman spinning on some dumb shit, you know what I'm saying?
So what is the man, when in the reverse, what is the man, like if he goes into a Burger King and he's got all this money, you picking up said chick, you know, you think a man would actually do that?
I think a man would do that, and that just goes back to something that Chris Rock said, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like we were talking about how children and women are loved unconditionally, but men are loved by condition based on what they can provide, you know. And I put that towards this is because that man, when he sees that, you know, that fine woman in Burger King, you know, she don't have to really have anything. She already has everything that he wants visually, you know, and he's willing, because he's secure financially, to go ahead and see what else is going on with there. Could this person just simply be in a bad situation where they have to be working at Burger King? Maybe it's, you know, maybe this is somebody who has the tools and the things that this man needs in order to make his business go off. We don't know, but you know, that man most likely is not going to just simply say, I can't mess with her because she works at Burger King.
Well, wouldn't that be because the man is the breadwinner? and it doesn't matter. When in the reverse, the woman is not supposed to be the breadwinner. So why would she?
But it shouldn't be breadwinners in the point of where
no, if that's the respect level. So say, for instance, if we're talking about a household, a man and a woman, most men want to be respected for being the head of the household or the breadwinner.
Okay, that's true.
Right.
Definitely,
so
definitely
that's
head of
why
the household. Yes.
Your scenario fits because the man is taking care of everything. He's the breadwinner. That's your natural position. Why would it be in reverse?
But what I'm saying is that although a man could go and look at a woman in that position and find everything that they need and go forward with that, in reverse, I do not believe that a financially well-off woman would be able to go into a Burger King and see a attractive man in their mind, someone who's attracted to them, and be like, yeah, you know what, I think I can consider you as a serious mate.
But what is he doing though? Like, so I'm saying that to say, he's
working.
Okay, but what I'm saying is in the reverse. If the man is the breadwinner or the person who is supposed to be the dominant in the relationship, the woman is in there working, but she doesn't have to because that's the natural flow. So when she's not working, he takes her out of that position. Then when she gets, they get together, she has other roles that women play. Okay. So would the man be in the same role? Would you be the one changing diapers? If the woman was making money?
I see what you're driving at.
I'm just curious what his role would be.
It all depends on whether the woman allows that. And this is why I say that. Because I had a friend that used to work at another one of these companies I won't name. And this is a scenario to where his wife, at the time, 10 years ago, was making $150,000 a year. And, this guy was working with me making probably 50 or less. And, and they had, 2 children, getting ready to have a third. And she was just kind of like, because he was just like, I'm a man. I got to get up and I got to go work, even though I know my woman makes more than me. And she was just kind of like, you know what? Look, you're more valuable to me as a stay-at-home dad, because that money that you're making right now, we're gonna have to damn near spend all of that to find a sitter, to make arrangements to get the kids back and forth to school. If something happens and somebody's got to take off of their job, and they're just like, if I'm making all this money and she's happy making the money, she's happy being the breadwinner, the dude just pretty much told the husband, just like, look, you would be better, the family would be better off, and we would save a lot more money and things would run better if you just stay home and just take care of your kids.
So in that scenario at the Burger King, that means that the man, if this woman chooses this man, that means that he's going to have to assume the position of
caretaker, Mr. Mom. Yes, absolutely.
So
and he did that.
But what man on an average at the Burger King is going to do that? So that's why he's not being considered.
Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, the man, well, how do we know that? How do we know that?
I'm just saying, in my head, just me being that woman with all that money, because, and then I'm going into the Burger King looking for this mate, and he's just everything visually that I want. Is he willing to, understand what this would have to entail? I
think the point that I was trying to make is that I truly believe that it doesn't matter how much money a woman has. I feel like that most women, when they find their mate, they're going to want somebody that is going to be able to play that male role, which is take care of these things, take care of the finances and all of that, regardless of how rich that woman is.
Okay.
That's why I furthermore say that if that rich woman saw somebody that she liked that was working in Burger King, it's highly likely she's going to pass on that man, because it's like, hey, I mean,
then that's a true statement.
I want somebody that's going to come in there and be the man that my mama taught me about. I forget the fact that I have millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to come in and take care of everything. We living off what you could provide.
Because it changes the dynamic of how this relationship goes.
Yeah.
It does. It has to, because if the woman has everything, I mean, can you just, maintain this money and still just be, oh, I got this arm piece on my arm and he's doing absolutely nothing? I don't know. That's going to even go against the grain of the man that she chooses.
But let's say that man does all the things that, we just said before. All the home housekeeping things that a woman would normally do in that role. If he does all that, I truly believe, and you can say I'm wrong, but I truly believe the woman's still going to look at him like, look at this bum. I don't give a fuck the house is spotless.
I do agree.
I don't give a fuck the house is spotless. I don't give a fuck if the meals are immaculate and they're ready and hot as soon as I step through the door. I don't care if the kids are all tucked in and they're doing great in school and all that. You're a man. And all you're doing is being at home.
100%. And the reason why that would not close in your head like a relationship or whatever is because even though he's doing everything that she expects him to do and the roles are reversed, it looks like, where would he be? Like, how would he perceive himself? How do you feel, smoozing up to this woman and trying to romance her when is this a thing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a manhood thing to me. I feel like a man can pick because you're gonna pick from a Burger King because that's what men do. You're not gonna pick somebody who's your equal or higher. You're gonna pick because most women are not going to be your equal or higher. Where in reverse, it's usually not that way. So
but I think a man, a $1 million man would have a greater chance of being able to bag $1 million woman than a Burger King man would be able to bag $1 million woman. You know what I mean? But I do expect that any woman, honestly, any woman with any decent types of looks has an outside shot of being able to bag a man with money.
That is true, and you are right on the reverse because I think that we would have too much expectation for that man. Then to I make the money, so what's the conversation after that? So you do nothing? That's just gonna knock at his manhood, and then pretty soon he'll just be like, I just don't feel right, and it's his manhood.
And keep in mind, we're not talking about a jobless bum. My initial, scenario was like, hey, this man has a job. He works at Burger King, so he has a job. Mm-hmm. He's getting up every day. He's putting on a uniform and he's clocking in to work.
But what does his manhood look like next to this woman? Even if she chooses him, because what can you take? Can you accept a woman paying your way? According to her lifestyle? That's a lot of pimps do. There's a lot of pimps. Pimps is a different. Pimps, first of all, are in control somehow. So that's not it. It's the woman making the money.
Yeah, that's true. Because even in the pimp scenario, it's the woman making the money.
But that's a different mindset. Because she's not is she the one who's actually the millionaire though? It's him. She's making the money, but she's turning it over to him. He's the
millionaire, and she's making it. She's making it for him.
When it's all said and done, no, I'm not going to make all this money and hand it to you for you to hand it back to me. That's crazy. Who does that?
But I get you. I get you.
Say that you're right, because I really feel like no. I think that there's an instance where a woman can actually pick somebody who is not as high up as her and still make the relationship work. I do. But this particular scenario, we have to have more variables.
So I would just definitely say though, because it could be more variables. Maybe it's not a Burger King. Maybe they're a claim adjuster, or maybe there's maybe they're a supervisor at like Target or something like that. So they're making a little bit more money. Maybe they have a role that to the average person wouldn't be detrimental. It's like, oh, you're a supervisor of something, okay? Would that be better? Would a $1 million woman be like, okay, well, he's making $75,000 a year. I'm still worth $1 million. Is that enough? Enough for her to be like, I still think that's not even enough. I think that's enough. I think that woman, because women, there aren't a whole lot of women that are super virtuous. I think that women would probably go ahead and let that Burger King, fine shit in her mind, cracker, and that's it. Come in. Bang it out. Bang it out for that too. If that's what has to happen, get the F on.
Okay.
If you don't know me,
she gets stuck.
Don't post me about nothing. Pull out, do nothing, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'll make you pay for the 48-hour pill, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff.
Now that's when she gets hooked.
That's what she
So
gets.
that's when it's like, oh,
there it
this
is.
is out. What you need? Okay, well, I make the money, so don't work here no more. Let's come on to the crib.
Okay, so that's all it is.
I feel like that might be the whole game changer.
So you gotta bang it out, huh? Just get in there and bang it out.
I'm just saying, if you do your thing.
So now when we flip it back, you know what I'm saying, on why your situation, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that wherever you talking about that guy, the bum guy is banging it out, but there are different variables.
It definitely
There
is.
was something else that woman valued enough that where she could take care of this bum. And maybe that's it. Maybe she doesn't look good enough to get a man, and just having a man that
There you go. That's a good variable.
And maybe bang her out every now and then is worth it enough for her to just go ahead and pay for everything. That's why you see those scenarios where they used to clown the stereotype of you have a obese white woman with a skinny or somewhat in shape black man. You know, the stereotype is it's like, oh, he's not doing shit. She's out here making all the money and making it extremely easy for this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is the value? You know what I'm saying? Is the value just that, hey, I mean, I'm a overweight white woman with a black man? Is that the value? You know what I'm saying? Or where is it?
Or that he's handling business. Yeah, I mean,
or he handling business.
Yeah, so I mean, if that's what works for you, okay. But I think that your implication was it wouldn't work for a woman versus in the same situation as a man.
Well, see, I said, well, in that financial situation, the scenario that I was putting at, where you were talking about here, there's other factors and other variables.
Absolutely.
I was taking those other factors and other variables.
Absolutely.
Like, one, the woman may not be that cute, and she may see that bum as the best that she can do. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We got to make it do what we got to do.
Works for them. It must work. Yeah, I mean, I can see it happening.
We actually got a really good conversation out of that one, man. Oh, wow. That was really good. I mean, not that we were shocked, but, you know, sometimes I don't be knowing. I'll be seeing the question and be like, oh, okay, it is. But then it's just kind of like,
because it's so vague. You almost have to put other stuff in it to have the question.
But that's what we do. That's why y'all can't do what we do. Because that's the premise of this show. Like when I told, you know what I'm saying, my former co-host, they were just like, man, whatever question we do, no matter how silly it seems, we need to do our best to fully answer it. And or if you don't have, even if you don't have a fully fleshed out answer, say something, be entertaining. There are many times where I'm just like, look, this is my answer on this, but I'm going to go ahead and give you 5 minutes of entertainment and jokes, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, do something. Just don't be like, well, I'm not going to do that. And then, all right, well, next question.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, hey, let's clap it up for that, man. Let's clap it up. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead, before we go and talk about our People's Choice Award, I want to go ahead and talk about our next Hall of Fame inductee. All right. Now, this woman has style on style on style. And Boss Lady, you know, you nominated this person in there. And when I asked you, like, who would you want to put in the Hall of Fame? This is one of the first persons. And in my opinion, I was like, yeah, let's put this person in. Like, there was no pushback, there was no rebuttal. I wholeheartedly agreed. Now I'll go ahead and I'm going to let the Wolves of Naptown audience know who this next person is. And Boss Lady, I want you to talk about, you know, what made you nominate this person to our Hall of Fame. And so, without further ado, the next person in the Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame 2025 inductees, Vetty Ray. Vetty Ray in the building. We have you in our Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame, Ring of Honor, wherever we're going to call it. Obviously, we're going to have something special for you. We're going to let you know what being in the Hall of Fame actually means for 2026. But Boss Lady, why was this one of your first round draft picks to be in the Hall of Fame?
I'm going to start with the energy. She comes through the door just with beautiful energy, great personality, did an excellent video. I mean, she's pretty much well-rounded. She goes hard for herself. She goes hard for the community. She has causes that she pays attention to. Love it. Well-rounded, 100%.
Absolutely. You know, and just to expand on that, we follow Vetty Ray. We follow her across social media, and, you know, she does everything I mean, it's like everything. She reminds me of the boss lady, to be quite honest. I mean, because I come in here either get my hair done or talk about the podcast as a new venture. There's something else that she's doing. And, you know, whenever I see Betty Ray, it's just kind of like, you know, what doesn't she do? I mean, I think she's up at directing videos and stuff, man. She's writing her own stuff, coming up with her songs and concepts, performing, editing, her own stylist, you know what I'm saying? Coming and doing, I mean, she does everything. Very, very impressed with this woman.
Absolutely. 100%.
Absolutely. So we have to have Betty Ray in the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on.
Only right.
We gotta have Betty Ray in the Hall of Fame. All right. So I want to go ahead and I want to move into our People's Choice Award, right? Mm-hmm. We're almost done, Boss Lady. Hang in there with us. Hang in there with us. All right, so this is, you know, for those of y'all who have been seeing the promotion lead up to this show, we've been asking you to go to our YouTube page and go ahead and vote on polls that we've set up here. Go ahead and take a moment to watch these episodes. That was really your, you know, saying our subliminal cue to you go ahead and watch these episodes that y'all haven't been watching. So go ahead and watch these episodes. You still can do that, even though we're getting ready to give this person the award here, you know, but we pretty much came up with this based on the community support. So we took into consideration, should I say, comments across social media. You know, people were tagging, you know, comments. We took into consideration the polls, what people voted on, you know, the percentage of the polls. And we also took consideration the actual YouTube views, right? You know what I'm saying? The people that actually go and watch the video. You know what I mean? Now, there are some videos on a YouTube page that may have more views, but that's because we ran ads against them because we thought they were good videos and we wanted the channel to grow. But this winner right here still had a great run. A lot of people went to go view, and we didn't run any ads on it yet. We might do something soon because we like this interview. But without further ado, without me rambling and doing all this stuff, man, our People's Choice Award for 2025 is going to go to super producer Billy Bad. Super producer Billy Bad in the building here. You are our People's Choice Award. People just love, and I love that interview too. Like, I knew it was something, this was a person that my producer friends, people that make music, they swear by him. You know what I'm saying? He is their GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He is somebody that's helped them either through inspiration or through actual just really giving them keys on how to make their music better. So I was always interested when we got big enough, can we go ahead and bring this person in? And I love the interview. Like, I really feel like that this is a person that probably should receive more love.
Absolutely.
You know, and he's down to earth too. You see the dude in public, man, he's down to earth, man.
Yes,
like,
he is.
Don't be disrespectful, man. But as long as you got the respect, you come up in, man. Yeah, man, you might say what's up, man. You say, yeah, for real. You know what I mean? So super down to earth, man. And for someone to have been that successful so early, and we talk about platinum in the 90s. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So, hey,
got
man,
it done for sure.
Hey, man, congratulations, Billy Bad, our People's Choice Award, for 2025. And you want to recognize everybody. All y'all communities, man, were great. You know, there was a lot of votes for Nikki Reddick. There was a lot of votes for Jeremiah the Prophet, for Far East Baby. There's votes for Rose Key, for Crucial. You know, there's a lot of votes for everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, based on everything that I saw, you know, taking account of everything, Billy Bad, People's Choice of 2025 as far as the Wolves of Naptown podcast.
Yes.
All right.
He did it.
All right. Let's go ahead, man, before we go ahead and take one more question, let's go ahead and let's reveal, you know what I'm saying, our last person that is going to be inducted into the Wolves of Naptown Hall of Fame of 2025. And without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it in so we can go ahead and talk about it together. Okay. The person we're going to put in next in our Hall of Fame is going to be Canon Music 317. Canon Music 317. Hey, this is someone that I nominated, and a strong nomination. I just really feel like This brother, I've seen what he's doing with his own career throughout 2025. I think from the moment that he was on our show to the end of 2025, this man is just skyrocket, just like the stock market, just straight up. You know what I mean? You know, he's always supported the Wolves of Naptown. He came in very prepared, high energy, and he gave you everything in the interview. I'm like, we went from energy around his music to some of the dangers and pitfalls of his regular profession of being a paramedic for the fire department, you know, and seeing some of the problems and things that he encountered when trying to help people in that role. So you got everything in his interview. He did 5 songs. Like, he still holds the record for the sheer number of songs he did on one episode and performed them all. He wasn't lip syncing. He wasn't just sitting up here just not buying it. Everything, performances, all of that. I mean, that episode really gave you everything. Like, if I would have one episode for you to go and see, that would be one of the episodes I would point you to, because it gives you everything that the Wolves of Naptown has been about. Mm-hmm. You know, you get the rapper aspect, you get the business professional aspect for being a firefighter, you getting the stories of him, you know, trying to help someone who was needing that type of paramedic help, you know. Mm-hmm. So you get those type of stories. He does a little bit of pettiness, the performance. You got everything in the episode. You got everything. Mm-hmm. I don't know, boss. I think I said it all, but do you have anything about what you remember?
You said it all for sure, because he really did do it all. He was a super performer. He did amazing interview, answered all the questions, you know, gave great energy. And even outside of the interview on social media, you can see him doing his thing. 100%.
He's putting his money where his mouth is. And just aside from all the great accolades that we just said about Canon Music, like many of the other people that come into the show, like, you know, you are a really good person when your character speaks for you when you're not in the room. I cannot say how many times where somebody that, you know, that wasn't Canon, they came up to me and said, hey man, Canon's that dude. He's a great person. I was able to talk to Canon. Canon got me straight. Canon told me what I needed to hear. You know, nothing but positive things.
From multiple people.
And that's rare. I mean, a lot of people, you're going to run into somebody that's going to have something bad to say. You run into somebody that has something bad to say about me. They are effing liars, you know, and if you want to come and find the truth, you can come and talk to me. But I'm just trying to say that, man, everybody that I've spoken to that knows this man, no one has had any negative thing to say. In fact, they would always offer and volunteer positive things to say about this person. Man, we got to give it up for good people, man.
Let's go.
Give it up for good people. All right. So that is Canon Music 317. Hopefully we're playing like some type of something for him. But, you know, we're going to move on. I would say, listen, we're almost done with the show. But I don't know if I think we just got petty all throughout the episode. So I don't know. Let's do one more question. One more question. And then
one more question.
We're damn near clearing out the cup. We're going to get some new cups. Hey, send us some questions. You want us to do something? Hey, send us some questions. You see this, definitely send us questions. You can DM me at any of our social media platforms, or you can go to our email address at wolvesofnaptown@gmail.com. Give us some questions. We may do it on the show. All right. It's a red one, so it's another relationship question. Oh, and it's titled The Open Relationship Proposal. Your partner suggests opening the relationship to explore others sexually or emotionally. You've never considered, I have no idea how to read this. Oh, wow. Polyamory? Is that what that's? Okay. All right. I'm going to have to read the question again, but you never considered polyamory.
You
Would you explore the idea, reject it outright, or negotiate boundaries? So I'm going to read this again so we can clip it. Your partner suggests opening the relationship to explore others sexually or emotionally. You've never considered polyamory. Would you explore the idea, reject it outright, or negotiate boundaries? Wow. Well, I feel like we've talked about this on an episode before, but you know, let's. I don't know, man. Let me get mine out the way because I think the boss lady got way more to say about this. Man, first of all, man, I'm kicking your ass the F out on the street right now. Look, and if we are in a relationship, and I'm just talking about with me, I'm already, man, foot to the floor, foot smash on the gas pedal, going hard in every aspect to make this motherfucker work. Or there's no reason for us to be in a relationship. We might as well just be open. You know, we go in, we can fuck, and then you can go do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason. Don't have me in a relationship if that's all we just playing. So, man, if they comes to me and says she wants to explore, you know what I'm saying, others sexually or emotionally, go right on ahead and understand that we done. Psh, peace, deuces. Go explore whoever the fuck you want. So and I'm going to explore it too, and I'm going to hopefully find somebody that's going to lock back in. So
even if it's a girl that you liked, or like, even if you're going to benefit, right?
No, this suggests that my partner is coming to me exploring the options. So to me, especially if it's coming for a woman, in my mind, she already has somebody in mind. She may already be banging this person. She just trying to get it to where she don't have to be. She just trying to set it up to where she ain't got to hide. She can remove Pizza Hut out this person's name and go ahead and put Tyrone's name in there. You know what I'm saying?
You read all that into there?
Hey, man, for me, it just kind of like, if you feel like you want to explore others in that way, hey, God bless you. Maybe you need to find somebody that's, you know, better for you. Maybe you're tired of what we've been doing. Cool. But, you know, we're not together if you're doing that.
But what I'm saying is, what if it's a girl? What if it's somebody that you're interested in?
What if my girl wants to bring another girl in?
Yeah, and it's somebody that you were already interested in.
Man, even then too, man, it's just kind of like,
I thought that was all men's.
See, that's it. First of all, it's not all men's fantasy to have a menage a trois. It's not all men's fantasy, and for me, it's not something that I dream about. Like, honestly, it's not. It's not something. And it's because of this. It's like, what happens after that? What happens after that? What if we do this menage a trois, and I have two women, and what if I fall head over heels over the extra woman? What if my woman falls head over heels over the extra woman and all of a sudden decides to leave? I've had scenarios happen like that. A woman that I dated back in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Like, the person that she ended up getting with, like, that's how that person's relationship broke up. Like, they were trying some stuff, brought another woman in, and the woman was like, oh, I'd rather be with the woman than with the husband. And so now they're getting divorced, kids and all, they didn't even matter.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so I worry about stuff like that because before I get this woman come up to me, I'm thinking we're in a home that we're making it work. You know, and I'm not thinking about, going, if I'm thinking about another woman, I'm thinking about leaving you for the other woman. Not thinking of just, hey, I just want to go fuck this other person. That's just me.
Interesting.
There are a lot of guys out there, and usually those are the guys that are bums and, making women, they make women single mothers and all that. Those are the ones that want the menage a trois and like, oh yeah, man, I think both of them. Yeah, both of them, I'm treating mine at the same time. I'm trying to be safe for YouTube, y'all.
You could be safe now.
I'm trying to be safe for YouTube, but hey, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just me. What about you? If Mr. Wonderful says, hey man, let's bring somebody else in, what you about?
I plead the fifth. No.
See, there you go.
I personally can't make my head wrap around. Like, I can't get my mind to think that he would even say that. So I'm definitely going to hear him out.
I'm really going to hear him out. So let me ask you this. Now, what if it's a scenario to where, just like you pitched it to me, it would just kind of like, it's not just he's saying, hey, I'm just gonna bring another woman in. It's like, you can have those same privileges too. Like, you wanted to bring another guy, or whatever scenario, you can do that as well. Does that change the dynamic, knowing that you can do whatever it is as well?
Realistically, it doesn't. Realistically, the relationship is going fine. What are we doing? So I feel you on that. However, there's a part of me that says,
here we go. Do tell.
No, seriously. I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling like, let's talk about it. Now, what are parameters here? I don't know. Maybe I'm that ratchet one. I don't know. I just be feeling like, so what did you bring this up for?
You're open to exploring the idea. And I say is you're either exploring the idea, reject it outright. That's me. I'm rejecting outright. Or negotiate boundaries. So maybe you're just kind of like, look, okay, well,
what are we talking about?
How close can we get? I mean, shoot. I can only put it in one hole but not the other. Is that what it is?
Oh no! I mean, it's interesting to say the least. But no, I'm probably, just because of the sake of the relationship that's already good, and you are 100% right. It always goes south. Mm-hmm. It always goes south when you introduce that third person. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna be like, nah, no. Mm-hmm. But can I fantasize? I'm gonna do a whole lot of that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so what if? So I'm gonna say this, boss lady. So Mr. Wonderful approaches this to you, and I don't really think that Mr. Wonderful is that type of person that would do that. I don't think that. But let's just say he was. He went to Home Depot and he found somebody else.
What did you say, Home Depot for?
Listen to Mr. Wonderful, episode 41. That's the reason why I said Home Depot. So he went to Home Depot and he found the one, and he's like, "Look, Tierra, I know that you like this person. I don't know who it is. We after this episode, we know I'm gonna let you have this person." But I found my Mariah Carey lookalike here at Home Depot, man. We're trying to, I don't know. We're trying to change this up. What we trying to do?
We gonna leave it like that.
We gonna leave it like that.
We ain't introduce nobody.
He got your one. He got the one.
No.
He brought the one.
No, because honestly, that's just it. Like, the relationship is over.
Oh, it's over.
100%. Because think about it. Most of the times, if I get my one, I'm not going back. I'm done.
I mean, but it's two in that decision, right? Maybe that one only one's for the night, and that one just gonna go back to wherever that one goes back to.
I can't see that happening. Like, I'm just looking like,
boss lady. She's like, look, let me tell you something. Boss lady said, man, once you with her, it's a wrap. Yeah, you ain't going back.
For me, I'm thinking if this is my one. Nah, come back for what? Like, it'll be over. That's your whole fantasy working and it's coming true.
Now, when I say you're one, like we talked about in that episode. On that episode, we had established that Mariah Carey maybe hypothetically could have been something for Mr. Wonderful. So I'm like, what if you're one? The Mariah Carey equivalent for the boss lady. Came play, like, hey,
like I said,
he set that up. He's like, hey, I got my Mariah, I got yours. Let's just go ahead and let's just have some fun.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Not gonna work. It ain't gonna work for me. Hopefully,
goodness.
I don't know him and that Mariah thing, but for me, it's just like, if I get the one, like the fantasy one, we're done. It's a wrap. I'm shallow.
And so you're out. So you get your one. It's like, hey, you know what, Mr. Wonderful, we need to have a talk.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, type thing. Because I just know me. If I get the one,
I believe that. They say statistically, man. You know what I'm saying? It's women are leaving men more than men leaving women. So I can see that. I can see that.
What?
Hey, bro,
how did we get there?
Busted some statistics out, because I actually got a shock. You're like, hey, look, I meet that one. Hey.
But I'm saying, if that's because his is Mariah Carey, mine is whomever.
Be wonderful with somebody else.
Hey, I'm just saying, this is what we talked about, and it comes true. Yeah,
she's out.
It's a wrap. Bye, boy. Because I know I'd be out. Me next to Mariah Carey, I'm gonna compare.
I believe you, boss lady. No, that's the problem, man.
I would be dumped so damn fast.
He would not be dumped, man.
If he had his stupid Mariah Carey,
you really think he'd be that dumb? You think he'd be that dumb?
If it's his fantasy and he gets his fantasy, you think I'm not gonna be dumped?
Hey Siri, how old is Mariah Carey?
Hell, how old is Mr. Wonderful?
Mariah Carey is 56 years old.
56 years old.
I'm gone. I'm a dunner. He'll be like, well, was fun while it lasted. I would be gone.
Ooh, oh man,
I would be gone.
Okay, hey, just real quick here. I guess got an update on the Colts game, man. It's in the fourth quarter. We're up by 1 point, 27-26.
And don't get your hopes up.
Hey, Riley Leonard got 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 250. Hey,
don't get your hopes up.
Hey,
you know who the Colts are.
Hey,
you know who they are.
Hey, they're our team. You know what I'm saying? We need a new coach. We need a new quarterback. We need a new GM, but we got some tools. All right, so enough about the Colts. I know y'all want to talk about some positive stuff. So, Boss Lady, man, I'm just...
Right. What would you do?
No, man. That is crazy. That's crazy. So you're just done. It's like, hey, you bought the one.
If I get my one.
You get your one.
No, this ain't random person.
Man, you got 30 years in the game.
This is not random person. You know, at the what did you say? The Home Depot, Walmart.
But not the one that you always wanted. I mean, just the one that you be like, hey, you know what? For one night, yeah, you the one.
Oh, one night, yeah, I'm 100%. If it's guaranteed just one night and we can do that, I'm in 100%. Let's talk about it. 1,000%. I ain't got no problem. Down. But I'm talking about if I got the one.
Pineapple Gang up in the building.
If I got one,
swingers.
Nah.
We swinging. You send me swinging.
That's the one.
You send me swinging.
All I know is if he gets Mariah Carey and I get my one, there's no need for us to ever explore that again.
Oh my goodness.
I got the one.
Oh wow. So all right, so exploring the options is what the Boss Lady is going to do, and Wes is like, hey, you can beat it, just beat it. Get the fuck out of my face. He said pause. That's not really a pause. I'll give you that one. Oh wow, I like that, man. Let's go ahead and clap it up. We'll end it before we get into any more trouble.
Trouble?
Who said that you was getting in trouble?
No, I just said trouble. It shouldn't be no trouble.
Oh my goodness.
Ain't no trouble.
All right. So we got a couple more things here to do. Couple more things, right? So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and let's wrap this up because we got our Hall of Famers out, right? We got a few good men. We have Billy Bad. We have Devin Golder. We have Rose Key, Vetty Ray, and Canon Music 317. Who is our guest of the year?
Who is our guest of the year?
Who is our guest of the year? Do we have anything else that, before we reveal this person, do we have anything else you want to say just about 2025 in general as it relates to the Wolves of Naptown podcast?
2025 was amazing. That was just amazing. The guests were great. We were great. You know, the whole process, just knowing this process, it was amazing. It was a good year.
Exactly. And what I will say is, I know that we're calling this, these episodes the Kingmaker, right? And, I'm calling myself the Kingmaker. But the reality is, as much as we would like to believe that we've helped all of you out, and that's really our passion for the guests that come in here, for the most part, really all part. I was going to say for the most part, just for some of the guests, they were just like, but for the most part, what we want to do is we want to put our best foot forward to help promote you, whether it's promoting your business, promoting your project, or just promoting you in general, being on the show. Exactly. That's really what our goal is. And in turn, we want to thank you for helping us, for kind of putting the crown on our heads. I'm not going to go out and say that we're the best. We're definitely unique. And I promise you, you're not going to find two individuals like us doing a podcast together. And that's primarily the reason why many of you want to be on this show, even after being on some of these other podcasts, So I will say this, 2025 was a year of organization for us and for me specifically. If you reached out during the early stages, don't just say F you. Reach out again. I keep telling you, it's like, yo, we're learning. Like, you're not on the show not because we don't think you're good enough. You're not on the show is because we were overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. So reach back out. If you were saying, hey, I wanted to be in the podcast, you reached out to us in May, you reached out to us in April, and Wes didn't get back to you, just try it again. But in March, though, because we're going to do some episodes. In March, right. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's talk about our guest of the year, Wolves of Naptown 2025. Let's go ahead, let's get hype, and give me a, oh yeah. Yeah. Oh extreme. My goodness. I know, I'm so extreme. All right. Our guest of the year, and we've already waxed poetically about this person, so we're just going to go ahead and drop it on you. Our Wolves of Naptown award winner for Guest of the Year 2025 is none other than Canon Music 317. Canon Music 317. We're going to hit them off with No Options. Let's go.
Shout out Rose Key.
Okay.
Yeah. No options. So I was telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no option but to get better. It's mandatory.
Wolves of Naptown. Let's go.
Shout out Coast on this beat.
Young niggas is dropping, old niggas is flopping. Flip the grind on overtime, yeah, I ain't got no options. Yeah, I ain't got no options. I ain't got no options. Flip the grind on overtime, yeah, I ain't got no options. Young niggas is dropping, old niggas is flopping. Flip the grind on overtime, yeah, I ain't got no options. Yeah, I ain't got no options. Let's go. I ain't got no options. Flip the grind on overtime, yeah, I ain't got no options.
Let's go.
This fresh out the bando, the cannon on me and I'm feeling commando. One smoke but your mans don't. I'm throwing them hands, nigga, into my hands, bro. Ain't saving no ammo. Lyrical clipping, I'm dumping like Rambo. You know how the saying go. You feeling froggy, niggas looking like tadpoles. I was raised with monsters who stuck to their mission and sniffed out imposters.
Let's go, Cannon.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call 317.
No, Siri.
said-
No, Siri.
Siri said, what was
Stop
that?
it. Siri trying to call out here, man. No.
Doing too much, baby.
No. It's trying to make a phone call. Like, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I'm about to take the watch off, so it doesn't accidentally do something.
Siri in her nose ass.
Canon Music 317 is our guest of the year. And honestly, I've already said everything great about him for nominating in our Hall of Fame. But just specifically as far as guest of the year, I mean, hey, I told you. He gave you everything that you could possibly want to see in a Wolves of Naptown episode. I believe you watched that episode 59, I believe. Yep, episode 59. And I want to give you the name of the episode first. I'm going to go ahead and move over. Yeah, On a Higher Level, Canon Music 317, that's episode 59. You get everything. You get questions, you get pettiness, you get the music, you get the serious stories, and you get the laughter. You get everything.
100%.
Everything.
Well,
that's why I have him as our guest of the year. And definitely Canon Music 317. I want you back on the show. I'll, of course, holler at you about that,
Bring it.
Absolutely. Man, we did it. We did it.
We effing did it.
We effing did it. Boss, I got one more thing to say, but do you have something else that you want to say? Just anything to wrap up our first ever award show.
I'd like to thank all the people for coming out. No, it was really nice, and I really do appreciate everybody that we interviewed and talked to. It was 100% amazing, and welcomed you on the show. We really appreciate you coming out. All
right. Now, I said I had one more thing to say, and I really wish that I had everything, all the awards and stuff put together. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I wanted to do, but that's going to be my homework for the week. You know what? I got one more person to put into our Hall of Fame. One more person. The boss is looking at me like, we ain't talk about this. What you talking about, man? You better not be putting... All right, so she's probably just intuitive. She probably already know what I'm getting ready to say. So one more person in the Hall of Fame. We're going to be putting in our very own Madam Boss Lady in the Hall of Fame. There you go. Did you know I was doing that while I said
Of course I did.
Of course you did. Of course,
That's what I was kidding.
That's what Scorpios do. We got this nigga about to do that. Yeah. All right, so yes, Madam Boss Lady, you're our 7th person in the Hall of Fame. Really number 1, but we had to make a show out of it, right?
Yeah,
all right.
I definitely appreciate that.
So why am I putting you in the Hall of Fame? I'm putting you in the Hall of Fame because just like how Rose Key kind of set the tone for bringing guests on, you set the tone for actually having a show, period, because I wasn't doing this show. Mm-hmm. The other 2 guests had left, and actually, God bless y'all. I know y'all doing that thing, so God bless y'all. I hope very good things for y'all in 2026. But, we had a soft start with another family member, and that was only for 1 episode, and I was just going to do this show just to do like a Fugazi podcast. Like I wasn't actually going to have a show available. Mm-hmm. I wasn't doing YouTube. I was literally just going to do my music thing, my concert thing, and I was going to use this as a way to talk shit. I was going to clip it up and be like, yada, 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 F you, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Biden, Trump, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do all of that and clip it up and make it look like a podcast so people will go in and watch the reels. Because I told you, people, it's like pulling teeth to get you to actually watch the whole episode. But y'all love the reels. And I knew that was going to happen. But then the boss lady was like, you know what, man, you ain't doing nothing, Wesley. Why don't you just teach me, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of doing a podcast? And over a year later, because we started in 2024, it's 2026, over a year later, here we are. You're still here. Hey. So our very own Madam Boss Lady is going to be on the wall or in the book or however you're going to do this Hall of Fame thing. You will see her there as well as our other Hall of Fame nominees of 2025, our Hall of Fame award winners, should I say. It just rounded out again. A few good men. That's David, Monte, and Izzy, Billy Bad, Devin Golder, Vetty Ray, Rose Key, Canon Music 317, and of course our very own Madam Boss Lady.
Oh, thank you.
You probably wonder why I didn't put myself in the Hall of Fame, because I am the Hall of Fame. That's why it is.
Scorpios, please.
Maybe when I sell this show, the person that buys it from me will put me in the Hall of Fame. Who knows?
Funny.
Oh my goodness. We're about to wrap this thing up, Boss Lady.
And we might as well.
Yeah. I mean, look, we didn't said it. I ain't going to keep asking you if you got anything more to say. For the Boss Lady, Starship West, Wolves of Naptown. You can see us. Just Google us. We're everywhere. You know what, Boss Lady? Go ahead and get your social medias off.
Oh, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube at madam.bosslady. Check me out.
All right. And the same here with Starship West. You can pretty much find me at Starship West anywhere. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, even X. And anything that's on the Wolves of Naptown or anything that I do at Starship West will also be on the Wolves of Naptown page on YouTube, which is at Wolves of Naptown Podcast. Look us up on YouTube. Go there, subscribe. Watch the video all the way through. Don't just give us 5 seconds. Give us all the way through. Like, comment, share it, do all of that. Obviously, follow us on all of our other social media platforms. Listen to us on all your favorite podcast, audio, platform, wherever. We're everywhere. Just Google us. You can find us. In fact, Google us before you inbox me about being on the show.
Ooh.
I shouldn't have to explain to you at this point what we are. Know something. Or else what you're gonna know is that, hey, we're booking is closed. We're full. They're full. We'll see you in 2027. For the Boss Lady, I'm Starship West, Wolves of Naptown family. Thank you so much, and we will see you later.